सर हम वहाँ पर ये हम ले लेंगे वहाँ पहले करने ये रहने दीजिए पुस्तक को करके
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are pleased to welcome you all to this session on Dialogue on Youth and Technology for a Better Asia. Today, we gather here to explore, discuss, and engage in meaningful conversations about how the youth can leverage technology to shape a brighter future for Asia. We will be commencing the session shortly. In the meantime, we kindly request that you switch off your mobile phones or set them to vibrate mode to help us maintain the decorum of the session. This will ensure that the session proceeds without any interruptions. You guys can take a moment to put your phone on either vibrate mode or switch off, and then we will commence the session. As we gather to engage in meaningful discussions, we also encourage you to take a moment to explore the official website of the Ramon Magsaysay Award. The site provides valuable insights and updates about the award, its history, and its impact across Asia. Furthermore, we invite you to visit the website and social media handles of our prestigious institution, LAL ANAND College. There you can stay informed about our latest initiatives, achievements, and contributions to the society. Your participation today is greatly appreciated, and we look forward to a productive and inspiring session. We would like to invite Harish sir to commence the session.
I'm just playing the part of Ramon Magsaysay Foundation because their flight is delayed, and I'm representing them. They were supposed to have been on the SpiceJet flight from Dharamsala, and so they should have just landed. And anyhow, I'm going to speak on their behalf. So whatever I say is going to be the new Magsaysay Foundation definition. And if they come and object to me, just I have 150 people as witnesses. Anyhow, thanks for inviting me here. Just to give a very brief background of the foundation. The Magsaysay Foundation was established in 1957-58 after the 7th president of the Philippines, Ramon Magsaysay, who was an exemplary leader in the development of the underserved communities and created appropriate processes where a country should actually develop in a manner that is sustainable, though the word sustainable would not have been defined at that point of time. But the way he led and created the philosophy that how an inclusive society should be created is what was an inspiration to start this award, which basically awards people who have done work in the field of development and who can inspire the next generation of youth across Asia. And that was, Vinoba Bhave was the first recipient. And after that, in 1959, you had Dalai Lama, then Mother Teresa in Mishra in 2011, and this year, if you have seen, it was one of the foremost health NGOs in Thailand, along with a person who created the whole awareness and safety for the people who were affected by the orange chemical in Vietnam. And many of the youngsters should know Miyazaki, the Japanese person who actually made anime famous. And so these are the list of awardees this year. And the foundation has worked primarily to make sure that Asia becomes a beacon of hope and light for the other parts of the developing world, like Africa and Latin America, also to the poorer parts of the developed world. Unfortunately, sometimes it's called the Nobel Prize of Asia, but it's the spirit of the award which is very critical about how does it make it inclusive. And so the Ramon Magsaysay also has the technology learning division, which is what today is hosting to inspire a lot of youngsters who can pick up and make sure that Asia becomes the next beacon of light and hope for the world in terms of peace and development in the most sustainable manner. And that's the background of the foundation. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Harish sir, for having us back. We are here today to explore a topic of critical importance: how Indian youth are navigating the complexities of rapidly advancing technologies, especially in light of the profound challenges brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic and the rise of AI. In recent years, we have witnessed extraordinary technological advancements, from the AI to the expansion of remote learning opportunities and the development of various digital tools. These innovations have been met with both excitement and caution by the public, particularly the youth. While they offer presentable opportunities for education, employment, and communication, they also present significant challenges. Today, we will delve into the difficulties faced by Indian youth in this evolving technological landscape, including issues of unequal access to technology, the widening digital divide, and the spread of misinformation on social media. These are not abstract concerns, they are real challenges that affect the daily lives of young people across our nation. Our distinguished speakers will also share their experiences with the real world challenges in their respective fields and discuss how technology has been and can be leveraged to advance their causes. Their insights will be invaluable as we envision how technology can further contribute to the development of youth in India. The purpose of this dialogue is to shed light on both the benefits and drawbacks of emerging technologies, with the focus on their potential to reshape education systems, support youth in entering the workforce, and foster greater interconnectedness, understanding, and respect within our society. Without further ado, it's my privilege to introduce the esteemed principal of LAL ANAND College, University of Delhi, Professor Rakesh Kumar Gupta, who will deliver the opening remarks. Please join us in welcoming him.
Thanks, my team of young students. I, on behalf of LAL ANAND College, my faculty, my students, my staff, I extend a hearty welcome to our esteemed guest of today, Mr. Harish Handeji, Mrs. Nilima Mishraji, Mr. Mark Anthony, the premises of LAL ANAND College. I extend my heartfelt thanks and gratitude for selecting LAL ANAND College as one of the institutions to guide, to mentor our students on the use of technology or judicious use of technology, avenues available in technology for better uses, for better development of career or better development of their lives. I'm certainly sure that this session, this panel discussion will help them in further making the choices, judicious choices on how to utilize technology and how to develop themselves. When I was going through the Ramon Magsaysay Award, we have been learning, I think it was one of the important general knowledge questions we always used to see every year, right? That who received this award, what is the purpose, what is the significance of this award. And you will see that those who have gone to our website, visited our website, if you look at the vision and mission of LAL ANAND College, you will find that both the vision and mission of Ramon Magsaysay and the college, somewhere at some point, they integrate together, they mix together. Our mission, our vision has been to provide an equitable society with all inclusivity. Inclusivity, some is basically being enforced and being implemented at the college as per the Government of India guidelines, but not just that. There are many issues beyond simply giving admission across societies, across different social background students. There's more to that. How to build their careers. Coming from different social backgrounds, how to bring them at par with those who have always received a proper education, sufficient funds for education, and sufficient infrastructure, logistics. How to bring them at par. At the same time, many of our students coming from such social backgrounds, they are facing problem while they are opening up, means the communication, agitation, how to build that bridge, how to fill that gap. That is the purpose of basically bringing everyone, those who are coming to us, right, and taking them to par or excelling them in various activities, whether it's academic or it's extracurricular. So I felt that why don't we have such panel discussion where the mission and the aim of both of these foundations, one is LAL ANAND College and another one is Ramon Magsaysay Foundation, have the same purpose. Why don't we fill it together? Why don't we bridge this gap together? Maybe today we have one topic only. We can extend it in the coming days, coming months and years to associate with this foundation more. And then on the continuous basis, we can guide and mentor our students that how to basically get inclusively more and more added to this college atmosphere, to this college curriculum, teaching learning process. I thank again both my esteemed panelists and of course my own esteemed colleague, Professor Rakesh Kumar, who has been always a sporting pillar, at least for me, not as only in administration, but also carrying out such inclusivity and equitability activities in the college. Another important, I would just add, I think I'm not taking much time, I will add the one purpose that we have a community radio here. This is the only college of University of Delhi that has community radio, right? Working in this college, functioning in this college under FM 90.0 FM. Correct. And they were foreseeing, when you were thinking about why do we have a community radio, the first purpose that came to our minds was to train our students, to provide them hands-on training to all the students who would like to build their career in media or in any kind of various types of media. But at the same time, when I was talking about vision and mission of this college, it was very difficult to reach to the society through our NSS, through our NCC, and through our various departments, those who are basically working upon going to the society, providing them basic education, providing them basic awareness about the schemes, bringing them on the platform of the government schemes. This was one way, but that was not sufficient when we find the involvement of students and covering only a very localized areas. So how to extend that reach to the society? That was the aim, to fulfill our vision and mission of this college that we established and implement here at this college, a community radio for the community, for that inclusivity, for that feeling of the community. Yes, they belong to us, to provide them all information available of the government, of corporates, how they are helping and how they can get help from any of the societies, those who are working in this direction. So I would request the members of Ramon Magsaysay to get or to utilize this facility at this college to reach to the community, to design and prepare community-related programs, which we are not only airing from our radio station, but also is available on various social media platforms like Spotify and others. And we will also have our own application on app for its airing globally. So that would be possible. You can sign, Rakeshji, if it is possible. We are open for signing any kind of MOU for designing these programs, maybe for the Indian community, maybe for the community globally. So with this, I thank my personals from our esteemed guests from the embassy for giving us this opportunity to guide and mentor students on the judicious usage of technology in this free world. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Rakesh Kumar Gupta, sir, for an inspiring message to start off today's dialogue.
Now I would like to invite Mr. Harish to take the conversation further.
Thank you, Divija. Thank you so much. I thank our principal, sir, for these enlightening words. Sir has some administrative work to do, so sir wants to leave early. Although he wanted to stay till the end, but due to some engagements at the administration, he has to leave. So I request, sir, thank you so much, sir, for coming here and welcome to this.
All the best. If possible, I will join in with you.
So, Divija, there is some changes in the script or the sequence of the events. because due to some unforeseeable circumstances, our team from the foundation couldn't reach here right now. So I'll be playing two roles here. I'll be moderator as well as uh, the person who is answering the questions. So I'm in the panel and out of the panel also. So first of all, I would like to introduce my panel to the audience. The first is you have already named Harish sir, Harish Shandeji, and I'm reading his brief CV or bio here. And Harish Hande sir has been, let's welcome 2011 Ramon Magsaysay awardee Harish Hande, and Nilima Mishra, and from LAL ANAND College, myself. I'm also welcoming myself. It's very uh, Harish Hande, the founder of Chief Executive SEG Selco Foundation, is a renewable energy entrepreneur for over 30 years of grassroots experience in meeting the energy needs of undeserved population. He is also founder of Selco India, a pioneering last mile rural energy enterprise based in India since the early 90s. In 2011, Harish was conferred with the Ramon Magsaysay Award in recognition of his passionate and pragmatic effort to put solar power technology in the hands of the poor, though the social enterprise that bring customized, affordable, and sustainable electricity to India's vast rural population, encouraging the poor to become asset creators. And it was in 90s. Harish sir started this enterprise in the 90s when there was little talk about renewable energy, although we all were concerned that someday we will use up all fossil fuels. So in 90s he started this foundation and handed solar energy idea to the poor. And let's welcome our second guest, second panelist, who is she's also a Magsaysay awardee and a good friend of Harish sir. She was born in Bahadurpur in village in Jalgaon district of Maharashtra. After obtaining her master's degree in clinical psychology from University of Pune, Nilima worked for 8 years in the field of rural development with a focus on education system. During this time, she traveled extensively across India to understand how sustainable development could be achieved. She is now in the process of testing and implementing a model on sustainable development in various parts of India, including different districts of Maharashtra, to ensure its adaptability and effectiveness in diverse regions. And she has been working tirelessly with villages in Maharashtra, organizing them to successfully address both their aspirations and adversities through collective action and heightened confidence in potential to improve their own lives. And please give a huge round of applause. And let me introduce myself. I am Rakesh Kumar, presently working as a professor in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication in LAL ANAND College. I have completed 28 years of service in this college and did my master's and post-graduation and postdoctoral research from University of Delhi. And I was before I met Harish ji and I told him that I am not a social worker type of guy. I'm more of an academics guy. So I have written a few books on media and written almost 50 articles, research papers in various journals. And presently, I'm also director of Radio Taran, which sir has already told us about that. So we are starting our panel discussion today. Today's interaction would be a question type of panel discussion where we will ask some question to our panelists and we will also engage our audience in that process. So let's begin. And and I'll ask our team to engage audience as well. So let's start. Can we start now? Okay. So let's start. Let's have a few icebreaker questions, and shall I use this mic? Okay, you can use this mic because mic is there. Okay, let's start. Icebreaker question for the panelist is, and I'm heading to Harish ji to answer some basic questions. And the first question is, what is your favorite app on your app?
Oh, on my phone.
Yes, on your phone. Sorry.
Sorry, Digiyatra छोड़ के मैं और कोई app use नहीं. I have one for the office, that is AI.
Okay.
AI for development,
Okay.
which we have an app for interesting, which has all the problems and solutions that the organization is having, and it has 30 years of documentation of the organization. So, the moment I write a question to it, it basically answers like an organization person.
Okay.
It's called Apurva, which was developed by Nandan's team.
Okay. Nandan Ilkins.
Yes.
Yes.
And so they developed one for the organization to do that, and those are the two apps that we use.
That's great. Now, question to Nilima ji. What's your favorite app on your phone?
Okay, my app depends on my capability. Like my English medium से नहीं हूँ, so I have done my education Marathi medium. So this was a big question कि मैं proposals कैसे लिखूँ, reports कैसे लिखूँ. तो आप सब जानते होंगे कि ChatGPT is my favorite and that's what I use. So अब मुझे आसान हो गया है कि कुछ भी करना है तो ChatGPT को पूछ दो और काम कर लो.
She is using ChatGPT for her research and other things, and not research, basically for making projects or for drafting some projects. Okay, and I'll answer this question too. I have two apps which are my favorite right now. The first is YouTube, on which I watch or listen to news-based programs since I belong to the journalism department. So I want myself to updated with the current news. And the second app on my phone which I use very frequently is Spotify for two reasons. First is Spotify has Radio Tarang 90.0. So I use to listen that app. And second, in Spotify, I also listen to BBC podcast. And right now, these days, I am listening to BBC's very informative podcast on Bengal famine of 1940s, in which 3 million people died due to British. You can say that their policies. So it's a very informative and very engaging right now. So I'm listening to 3 millions. I suggest our audience and students to listen to this podcast also, 3 millions. It's a very good program. Now, the second question is, in your youth, what piece of technology was groundbreaking at that time? Sir, I put this question to you. In your youth, what piece of technology was groundbreaking?
I hope the youngsters shouldn't laugh of it. The groundbreaking was computers, which was, I think, the first computer that we would have seen was on 11th grade, I would say, or 12th class. That took a computer. I think that would have been groundbreaking for that time. Because, it was that big, huge one with 1 megabyte, not 1 megabyte, say 1 kilobyte.
1 kilobyte, yes. मैम क्या कौन सा मतलब आपके यूथ में क्या टेक्नोलॉजी थी जो ग्राउंड ब्रेकिंग थी, मतलब ऐसा जो आपने पहली बार?
Same 1995 I have seen 386 computer, 486 computer, then suddenly multimedia computers started. So that was great. Like, that was new for us.
Okay. And I'll start with my childhood. The groundbreaking technology at my time was television. Television was the most amazing thing we had. Having a television set at home was very. It's a rare thing to have a television at that time. So we were amazed. We used to visit our neighbor's house to watch some Ramayana, Mahabharata, and some soap operas like Hum Log. And second is like Harish ji and Nilima ji PCs. Uh, we somehow knew that this would change the whole world. Although it was some resistance from some section of the society, especially from the government employees, that computer will snatch their jobs. But computer changed the way we look at our world. We learned many things from the computers. So at my youth, in my youth, it was computers. Okay, thank you so much. And now we are moving towards the next question. For the first segment, let's talk about advancing technology and their challenges today. So, first question I'm putting to Harish ji. What are the advancements in technology that are popular today that were not even known to the public 3-5 years ago? This is the first question, sir.
No, I would reframe. मैं थोड़ी different type से इसको पूछूंगा कि today what has happened is हम लोग the way we are taught, our education system is that we come up with a solution and then we try to fit a problem to it. Right?
Yes.
We do not go and understand कि first community का problems है, right? So a lot of these technology innovations that is happening today is very unrelated to the problems of the society in general. So there are two parts to it. One is the needs and the wants. Wants may like iPhone or a iPad or anything is a want where technology advances are happening. But in the needs section, I mean, if you look at how many people actually have worked on new type of blacksmithing. Blacksmithing is not even in our curriculum.
Yes.
How many of us innovate on a silk weaving machine? Because उसको resume में लिखने से sexy नहीं है, मेरे को job नहीं मिलेगा. I will not innovate on a sewing machine. I will not innovate on a silk weaving machine. I will not innovate on a new fishing, drying technology. So when people talk of technology, it's always IT. Unfortunately, technology is not IT. Let's be very clear. IT is only 0.002% of it. And so what has happened is, until the youngsters do not actually go and revolve around in the communities for years, not like a weekend tourism in a village जाके आ गया. Spend years of looking at what the problems are. How can I change the blacksmithing's technology which hasn't been touched for 250 years? How many of you have seen women blacksmiths? Why? Because it's dangerous. We have not innovated on blacksmithing. If we created an innovative blacksmithing which is automated, which reduces drudgery, and with a switch of a button that blacksmithing works, suddenly you have women entrepreneurs. Why are we not innovating on those technologies? So let's not focus on technology development only from the IT space. But if India has to develop, if Philippines has to develop, if the island nation of Indonesia has to develop, we need to relook at how do you define technologies, and that is not taught in the curriculum of universities or anywhere else.
Yes.
And that's where I need to focus on.
नीलमा जी, क्या टेक्नोलॉजी कौन सी पॉपुलर है आपको लगता है और पहले नहीं थी?
हाँ, यही सोशल मीडिया ये जो है ये 5 साल पहले तो नहीं था, अभी है. टेक्नोलॉजी के बारे में जैसे हरीश जी ने कहा, मैं सहमत हूँ उससे कि हम लोग बहुत बार ये कहते हैं कि हम रूल्स के लिए हैं या रूल हमारे लिए है, नियमों के लिए हम हैं या हमारे लिए नियम है. उसी तरह से टेक्नोलॉजी हमारे लिए है या हम टेक्नोलॉजी के लिए हैं. और एक चीज मुझे फर्क दिखाई देता है, टेक्नोलॉजी एशिया में जो भी है हमारे हिसाब से अगर हम सोचें तो हमारा मेन पॉपुलेशन जो है वो गांव में है. और हम एक फर्क करते हैं कि टेक्नोलॉजी इज फॉर हायर एजुकेशन स्टूडेंट्स, टेक्नोलॉजी इज फॉर हायर सोसाइटी. और people from village they have to adopt that technology. ये कहीं तो भी सीन silently दिखाई देता है. लोगों की जरूरत गांव में क्या है और उनके हिसाब से टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलप करना, उनकी जरूरत को फोकस करना, उनकी जरूरत को प्रायोरिटी देना और उस तरह से डिजाइन करना, ये बहुत बड़ी बात है. तो हम जो भी टेक्नोलॉजी इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं ये सफिशिएंट नहीं है कि हमारे सवाल, हमारा ग्राउंड रूट जो है, ग्राउंड का सवाल जब तक नहीं छूटता है तब तक हमारा ये बिल्डिंग जो है, ये डेवलपमेंट जो हम कह रहे हैं कि डेवलपमेंट हो चुका है, तो वो बिल्डिंग मजबूत नहीं होगी. सो
Yes. Thank you, Nirima ji. As Harish just said, that when we talk about technology, we only talk about something related to IT. And there are some IT tools which were not even heard of 3-5 years ago, like AI. Man is using ChatGPT, and Harish is also using an app. It was unheard of a few years back, and it's amazing technology. But you rightly said that this technology is limited to the certain section of the society, and corporates are also building technologies for not for the masses, but for those people who can give them business. So you have rightly said that society के लिए, for the society, especially for rural population in villages. My friend Atal Tiwari ji is sitting here. He is also he's a teacher in the Department of Journalism and has a rural background. And he basically from farmers' family. He knows what are the problems they are facing right now due to climate change and etc. So I think technology is not living up to the expectations of the masses right now, and fancy things are there, but EVs are there. They were very rare 3-5 years ago. EVs were not very common. Now you can easily see many EVs on our roads, and there are many companies, brands like Tata, Hyundai, they are making EVs. One thing I want to add that the digital payment system has changed right now. It was not earlier. Uh, Especially during pandemic, we used that digital payment system UPIs very frequently. And today we can move out from our house without taking our wallet. We can go to watch movies and buy groceries without taking our wallet. We can make payments to even on streets right now. It's a big development. I don't know whether it's good or not. You people are working in society more than me and have vast experience working in that for especially in rural background of India. So you can tell that whether this is helping rural areas or not. And one thing I would also like to ask you, uh, technology. आप कैसे सर इस्तेमाल करना चाहते हैं टेक्नोलॉजी को, किस व्हाट काइंड ऑफ यूज व्हाट यूज यू वांट, टेक्नोलॉजी कैसे आपको बढ़ा रही है? आई वांट टू आस्क यू इज हरीश.
नो आई एम टेलिंग, मैं एक बात करना चाहता हूं कि हमारी सोसाइटी जो है इंक्लूसिव नहीं है. मैं 1986 to 90 मैं आईआईटी खड़गपुर से ग्रेजुएट किया. मैंने I got into IIT because 300 million Indians did not write the exam.
Yes.
If they had written the exam, because अंग्रेजी में होता है.
Yes, yes.
और it's very exclusive,
Yes.
right? And the same thing to my hostel mates. I had two hostel mates who became very famous. One is your CM, the CM of Delhi.
Arvind Kejriwal.
Yes. And the other is Sundar Pichai.
Yes. Both are famous.
Both are from my same hostel. So I would say both of them would not have got into IIT if 300 million Indians wrote the exam. Not possible, because that's the exclusive. वही बोल रहे हैं जब आप टेक्नोलॉजी की बात कर रहे हैं, today the technology is designed for the top 10%
Yes.
of the population of the world, and then it is remodified to say that the bottom of the pyramid can actually use it. Today, the way we need to define technologies, does it increase the health, decrease the livelihoods of आमदनी जो बढ़ सकती है for the poor person in Maharashtra or Karnataka or in the Mindanao district of the Philippines? Secondly is that today, how do we reuse technology for accessibility of health? अगर आप free health service दे रहे हो दिल्ली में, it is never free for the poor to come and take it.
Yes.
Because it's 2 days of labor loss, family business. How do we make sure that the technology actually is redefined so that it reaches to the masses at the top? If you had a dental chair which is foldable and solar powered, you can actually deliver it right to any of the islands in Mindanao or in Indonesia or the Philippines, or you can do it in the upper parts of Assam. But I want the youngsters here to not just go and take a job after your 3 years or 4 years here. The worst thing that you can do is, अरे मेरे को placement कहाँ मिलेगी? So first, one of the biggest success this country can do is that close all the placement offices in all the universities, right? You go and find yourself what solution you want to do for the country, and this is a cauldron. India is a microcosm of world's problems.
Yes.
That means it's an opportunity for us to create technology solutions, business model solutions, financial solutions, which can then be replicated in other parts of the world. So you're losing a fantastic opportunity to make this country as an R&D for the rest of the world.
Yes.
And R&D not for Europe or America, but along with countries like Philippines, which has a high education level, you can come up with solutions that then can be replicated in Africa, Mali, Mozambique, Ethiopia, for health, for technology, for business models. We are losing that opportunities, and you are at a critical phase of the time of 25-30 that you can make Asia as a centerpiece of development.
Very well said. Very well said.
Can you please repeat the question?
Answer, ma'am. Our question was that how are you using technology in your job?
So now where I am working, there are 2,500 women. They are from different parts of India. So we are providing the work to the village and collecting the things what they have prepared and selling in the market. So because of the technology, we could keep the data and what each woman, the particular woman, how much she has got the work, how much she has remaining the work with her, and how much she has earned. So, and she can see in her mobile, like a bank balance, bank transaction. So she can see that. So that kind of technology we are using.
Yes.
But it's like नीलिमा जी कभी-कभी बहुत humble है, बताती नहीं है, but I want to talk about the government. Because see, once you look at technology, right, just you see how, for example, we have a bunch of 100 villagers who are extremely poor, and they cannot afford lights. So what we did was we put up a solar light and a small battery in individual houses, where the battery was less than the weight of a lunchbox. The solar panels were put up in the school, and so the kid has to go to the school to charge the battery. So the mother would say, I don't care whether you study or not, go to school, because I want the battery to be charged so that my house has electricity. Right? How do you look at technology in different, so solar panel becomes the infrastructure of education, and light becomes at home. So A plus B plus C, A is the school, B is the kid, C is the house. You can come up with various models of how technology can actually be delivered. Not like, okay, solar to hum kaisa kiya, but solar ke saath hum education ko kaisa badha sakte. Because of this, now the attendance has gone up, right?
Yes.
And the light has gone. So how do you break it? So I want her to tell the Gappa Sanda's example, which is how.
हम लोगों ने finance was the basic need of demand of people, village people. So we started giving them finance. So we realized that they are aware of their need, and but they were not aware of their responsibility, because बहुत लोग खुले में शौचालय को जाते थे, और फिर हमने कहा कि भाई शौचालय नहीं बना रहे तो कैसा मोटिवेशन हो ना, कैसे बनाओ? तो हम लोगों ने क्या किया कि लोन के लिए क्राइटेरिया लगा दिया कि भाई अगर आपके यहाँ शौचालय है तो हम आपको लोन देते हैं। और हीमोग्लोबिन कम था महिलाओं के खून में, जो मार्केटिंग हमारी करती थी, तो उनको चक्कर वक्कर आते थे। तो हमने कहा किसानों को जब हम फाइनेंस करते थे तो हम आपकी घर की बहनों का हीमोग्लोबिन चेक करेंगे, अगर वो 12 ग्राम प्रतिशत से लेकर 14 ग्राम प्रतिशत है तो हम आपको दूसरा लोन देंगे।
Great.
तो ऐसे क्राइटेरिया जैसे रूफ वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग का है कि 1000 फीट नीचे पानी चला गया फिर भी आप नहीं सोच रहे हो। तो सवाल आया, कुछ बहनों ने कहा कि भाई हम लोग मुश्किल से हमारे घर में रहते हैं, शौचालय कहाँ बनाएंगे, जगह ही नहीं हम लोगों के लिए। तो हमने सोचा कि चलो अपन कम्युनिटी टॉयलेट बनाते हैं। तो हम लोग गए तो वहां पर पुराने शेड थे गवर्नमेंट ने बनाए हुए। तो हमने कहा ये क्या, तो बोलते हैं कि हाँ ये तो है गवर्नमेंट ने बनाए थे। तो हमने कहा आपको इस्तेमाल नहीं करते हो, तो बोलते नहीं। तो बोलते हैं कि फिर हमने कहा क्यों बनाए हम लोग, वेस्ट होगा। तो बोलते हैं कि फिर उसके बजाय आप हमारी जरूरत समझ लो। वो कहते हैं कि ये जगह ऐसी है हमारी कि हम एक दूसरे से गपशप लगा सकते हैं, घर की जो भी परेशानी है हम एक दूसरे से बात करते हैं। तो ये थी रिसेंटली उनका शादी हुआ था। तो वो कहती कि हमारा तो टाइम भी फिक्स है कि तू कितने बजे आएगी, तो हम लोग अपनी घर की बात बता सकते हैं। तो फिर एक मॉडल बनाया कि एक ऐसे राउंड किया, बीच में टॉयलेट पॉट बैठा है और छोटी छोटी दीवारें, तो एक दूसरे को देख सके और गपशप लगा सके। तो उसको
That is very innovative. That is very innovative. And now let's hear from our audience members. And I'm asking Divija and Sonali to. You should ask.
So let's hear from you. What are your opinions? What are some advancements in technology popular today that was not used before? Anyone in the audience can answer this question.
You can give mic to.
It's always. So I feel like in today's world, be it be schooling, work, college, or any corporate, technology has been playing a very important role in our life. I mean, if we take Word, PDF, PPTs, they are small softwares and technologies, but we are using them on such a big scale that they come in our daily life examples. Also, in the present world scenario, tools like ChatGPT, Canva, Grammarly, they are helping us to such an extent that they are saving our time. Plus, one can also learn from such AI tools. I mean, if someone uses them appropriately, you can also learn from them. And like everyone remembers, we were hit by COVID-19 in the 1920s. And not only schools, but corporates and colleges, everything just went off. Everyone had to be there at their homes, but the world didn't stop, right? You have to work, you have to study, and because the life goes on. And at this time, Zoom meeting, it came to such a help that everyone was just sitting at their places within their families, and the kids were in their room studying. The adults of the house, they were doing their work and earning for the family at the same time. And I mean, technology is something that helps us on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, thank you.
Are there any responses from the audience? Anyone wants to say something or about this question? Okay, now we are moving to the next round, and my question is, how has technology influenced the youth's opportunity for life after school, for work and study? टेक्नोलॉजी ने सर कैसे मतलब अपॉर्चुनिटीज को इन्फ्लुएंस किया है, कैसे अपॉर्चुनिटीज मैम बढ़ाई हैं? क्या टेक्नोलॉजी ने अपॉर्चुनिटीज को बढ़ाया है यूथ की आज के टाइम में?
हाँ, बिल्कुल बढ़ाया है। और ये नहीं है कि जो भी नॉलेज चाहिए तो डिपेंड करता है एरिया लोकेशंस पर, वो तो उसके पास ही है। जो भी दुनिया का भंडार चाहिए वो उसके पास है, मोबाइल के रूप में, नेटवर्क, इंटरनेट के रूप में। तो कोर्स बढ़ाया है।
हरीश जी, योर
शुड्स की बढ़ाया है जो अंग्रेजी बात करते हैं उनके लिए। जो नॉन इंग्लिश स्पीकर्स है उनको, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई आस्क द ऑडियंस, देयर आर कितने, अगर हमारे कंट्री की पॉपुलेशन 1.2 बिलियन पीपल है, there are 600 to 700 million people who don't speak English. Yes, right. But how many corporate heads in our country who are non-English speakers?
No. Zero.
Except the power on there, that's one example, right? There is no. That means किसको पैसा मिलता है अपने देश में? PowerPoint, Excel and Word. Non-English speakers have no chance. Failure capital. Innovate करने के लिए अगर failure capital की जरूरत है, experimental capital, tell me किसको बोला जाता है? अगर आप अंग्रेजी बात करते हो, आप पढ़ाई किए हुए हैं, अगर हिंदी बात कर रहे हो तो आप देहाती है. It's a language. China you have Chinese corporate heads. In France you have French-speaking corporate heads. Why in India we don't? So technology has actually divided. I mean, work from home. आपने कहा. Can you imagine a farmer working from home? Can't. Then it actually created a divide in COVID. Our poverty rates increased. Right? It only benefited a certain middle class, which comes in the newspaper. So, how do we make technology inclusive is what should be the job of all our youngsters here. Manipur jaye, ya Meghalaya jaye, Mizoram jaye, tell me how technology can be evaluated where today a person who is 9 months pregnant does not have to walk 10 kilometers to get her child delivered. Where are we actually innovating on technologies to make that happen? So technology is not only what you see in the phone or what you see in the computer like Zoom, but technology has to also be how is it applicable to the 600 million people who don't have access to basic services like water and medical, and that's the job of all of us. हम लोग अपने बबल से हमको बाहर निकल के आना चाहिए कि टेक्नोलॉजी कैसे वहां जाना चाहिए, because it is only developing 200 million people, not the 850 million people, and around the world. Even if I go to the Philippines, in the rural parts of Philippines, or I go to rural Africa, maximum is a cell phone. But cell phones are not going to increase my livelihoods. My wife is not going to get a better delivery mechanism, or my child does not get better education in the rural areas, right? I think we all need to work from a world's perspective of what the 1.2 billion poor people in the world need and how can technology be divided. Today, technology is still extremely exclusive and classist. Just like Angrezi is a class system, technology is also a class system.
That's what I feel like. I mean, like we say that the rich is getting richer and the poorer person is getting poorer. So I think the services have the same thing. जिसके पास पहले से ही services हैं, they get more services and they are getting the better technology. And जिनके पास कुछ नहीं है, उनको वैसे ही कुछ नहीं मिलेगा.
So जवाबदारी आपकी है.
That's good. That's good. Harishi has rightly because technology, there's a response. Before you respond, I just want to say something on this because I'm also part of the panel, so I have some duties to perform. Okay, so in my opinion, technology is just a tool, and if it serves the people of the country, then it is good. Right now, there are many things. My young friend just tell me that online education, Zoom, and other technology-driven platforms are available for all of us right now, and government is also pushing Swayam for education purposes. We have Coursera. We can get many degrees from all international universities, but there are barriers. First, Harishi rightly said, language is the most big barrier we have right now. We are sitting in Delhi, in one of the best university of India. We are in premier institution of India, Delhi University, LAL ANAND College, and we are saying that everything is good. We all get online education. We can all get financial transactions through UPIs and everything. But on streets, if you go to the streets, if you go to the rural areas, you'll see how people are suffering. They are not asking for big things. They are just asking for most basic things like healthcare. In COVID, we saw people taking their relatives' dead body on their shoulders because we were not able to provide ambulances. There was shortage of many things. We don't want to say here, but technology is a barrier in itself. Technology is a barrier itself. Those who don't have knowledge of technology are outside of that line that is margin. We are Harish is just talking about the marginalized section of the society. Nilimaji and Harish both have extensive knowledge about them. So if there is a response from audience also, I ask the team to hand over the mic to the student.
Yes.
But it's also going live, so we need more sound.
So yeah, as Harish sir said, I totally agree that I believe that the difference between global north and global south is increasing. That is due to technology and enhancement of AI, because many of them don't even have the money or the resources that is required to serve the basic amenities of people, such as we also know that in Namibia there is a severe drought going on, so they don't even have money for that. So how will they cope up in that technology? So that is also a point, and in that sense, technology can act as a barrier. But for like as an individualistic thing, if we look into that, then it also has some benefits. But I believe that the negatives are more, and we all should like work to minimize the negatives and focus it on like the marginalized sector of the society. That's it.
That's good. Harishi has set the tone of this discussion, and Nilimaji also. So I'm moving to next question. That is, how has technology influenced youth's opportunity for life after school, for work? That's I've already asked. And then now we are moving to the next question. That is, what are some? There's one more question. I'm missing that question right now. What are the issues experienced you are experiencing? No, this is not the question. Can you give me the right sequence of the question?
Let's hear the thoughts of the audience. The question is, how has technology influenced the youth's opportunities for life after school, for work and study? Anyone in the audience?
Hello. See, I agree with the opinion that you guys have given, like that technology is causing a gap in the society, but only if like we look at it as a community, the gap will be more visible to it. But in general terms, like if we look at it from an individual perspective, it is more of an opportunity than a threat. Like some fields that were not so much appealing 10 or 12 years ago, like graphic designing, video editing, and HRIS systems for human resource fields, finance analytics tools. They were not so much common before, like 10 or 12 years ago. But like in today's world, they are more heard about and experienced and chased after due to just awareness of the technology that are available in the market.
That's good. Anyone? I am also putting this question to the panel, that what are some ways advancement in technology make things difficult for the youth? Youth के लिए मैम टेक्नोलॉजी कैसे डिफिकल्टी पैदा कर रही है? कोई डिफिकल्टी है?
हाँ, डिफिकल्टी तो बहुत सारी है, जैसे कि स्टूडेंट्स इतना सारा लोड, इतना सारे कंफ्यूज होने की संभावना ज़्यादा है, और इसमें मतलब चूज करना जैसे पहले आसान था, क्योंकि वो बी थॉट में जाने का प्रोसेस था जब ये सारा चीज देखा। तो अभी सिर्फ बाहर देख रहे, जो बंधन होता है, चिंतन होता है, तो वो उसका थोड़ा कम ये हो रहा है। तो स्टूडेंट्स बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस अगर हो तो कंफ्यूज ज्यादा होता है। तो मुझे लगता है कि ये सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज या टेक्नोलॉजी।
And I'm coming back for both my colleagues who said, so we're not telling technology is bad.
Yes.
हम लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं कि technology is not inclusive. That's all we are saying. Technology is good, but technology is not inclusive. And if it's not like healthcare is great, AIMS में खाली होने से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, right? It has to go into the rural areas to have better maternal delivery, right? So that's what we are saying, that how do we make it inclusive? And today telling the youngsters is like, while let us also not हम blanket एक technology करके blanket ना करें. That technology is which part of it? Is it mechanical technology? Is it IT technology? Is it software? Is it engineering? Which part of technology? Rural technology. And one of the biggest things that both the rice growing part of Philippines and India has to look at, what are the technologies that can be developed for small scale farmers who own less than 2-acre land. Because if we do not create technologies for the people who own less than 2-acre land, they are going to become migrants to urban cities. And first, food security, Nanger said, then you will complain that too many migrants in Delhi.
Yes.
We need to create job opportunities and innovations for the marginalized farmers so that their yield per acre goes up. That means better rice threshers, better process of weeding, better processing of crops, whether it's millets. Those are the technologies that we need to focus on. Don't get sucked up into technology means phone and IT related. That's not going to be what. How do I create a better maternal delivery room? Right? Sierra Leone has the highest maternal deaths in the world. 2% electrification. Humans have going to be 9 billion people in 20 years. We cannot deliver a baby. We don't have an experience of delivering a baby properly. Where is that technology? So let's not get sucked up saying that IT is technology. Let's go into how do we use our brains to relook at what technology means. And IT is just 2% of it. Let's not like. I want the kids here to create a better maternal labor, where every woman in this country can very happily go to a woman and deliver a baby in the most safest manner, that I will come out alive. Let's do that as a challenge. Let's eradicate Ebola in a sense, or any of these mpox that we do. Why, with all the monies that we have, why can't we do that? Because we are shirking that responsibility and hiding behind only one set of technology.
And the technology is coming from IT, like social media. Social media is a great tool. We spend most of our time, youth time, usually it's 4 to 5 hours per day we are spending on social media. And it also causing some mental health issues, this will lead to my next question, sir. So I'm asking that this question was specific to students who are studying in universities and colleges, and you have rightly said that social media or the IT is not the only technology we have. We have to invent, we have to innovate some new technologies for better world, better Asia, and better India. So there are some mental health issues also, मैम लीमा मैम, जो जुड़े हुए हैं सोशल मीडिया के यूज से, और हम एक ऐसी जिंदगी देखते हैं जो जिंदगी हमें बड़ी अच्छी लगती है, हमें लगता है कि ये तो मेरी एज का है एंड ही इज अर्निंग इन क्रोर्स, और हम सोचते हैं कि हम भी जाकर अब क्रोर्स ऑफ रुपीस हम स्टार्ट कर देंगे, और हमारा सारा फोकस जो है अभी बेसिक जो हमारी जो पढ़ाई में होना चाहिए, स्टडी में होना चाहिए, सोसाइटी में इन्वेस्ट होना चाहिए. आज पूरी डिस्कशन में when I am listening to नीलिमा जी and हरीश जी, ये जो मिसिंग पार्ट है, that is रियल वर्ल्ड की जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं उनको हम कैसे सॉल्व करें, ये पार्ट हमारी एजुकेशन सिस्टम से मिसिंग है. हम लोग बहुत चीजें पढ़ाते हैं. We teach computer science, we teach microbiology, we teach many other subjects here, but we are not solving real world problems. We take our students to field visits, and we go to some places in hills and some other exotic places, but we are not taking them to the villages to see real world, real problems are there. Okay, so I am moving to the next questions, which was related to, it was in the sequence Alishi. So Nilima ji, it was in sequence चला आ रहा था, and वो ये था कि भी schools में क्या problem बच्चों को आती हैं, colleges में क्या problems आती हैं, and how institutions can take some concrete जो steps हैं. What are some concrete methods schools and university institutions can use to support students facing these challenges? And I have listed some of them, that is overuse of social media, mental health stress, and some unrealistic goals. And digital divide is also a big challenge. So my question is, what are the concrete methods? क्या मेथड कर सकते हैं मैम हम लोग जो इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं कि जो चैलेंजेस यूथ फेस कर रहा है, जिसमें ये भी है कि सोशल मीडिया का ओवर यूज भी हो गया, जिसमें डिस्कनेक्ट फ्रॉम द सोसाइटी भी है कि सोसाइटी से कनेक्ट ही नहीं रहा है, क्योंकि वी आर इन वन ऑफ द प्रीमियर इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑफ द ऑफ इंडिया, सो वी आर लिविंग इन ए कोकून, लाइक वी आर इन ए कोकून. सो हम लोग क्या कॉन्क्रीट स्टेप्स उठा सकते हैं so that our youth जो है, जो हमारे यूथ है, वो कनेक्ट हो सके, रियल वर्ल्ड की प्रॉब्लम को फेस कर सके.
टेक्नोलॉजी की जब हम बात करें तो अभिजीत जी जैसे कह रहे कि हमें सोशल मीडिया ये टेक्नोलॉजी से हम लोग रिलेट कर रहे हैं, ये एक चीज़ है. तो उसमें अगर हम उस बात को भी कंसिडर करें तो एक चीज़ ऐसी है कि ये सोशल मीडिया के कारण मैं उस बात को रखना चाहूँगी कि सडनली कोई तो भी एक ओवरनाइट फेमस हो जाता है ना, नाम हो जाता है, वायरल हो जाता है. हाँ, तो इसमें एक ऐसा होता है कि प्रोसेस को कम महत्व आता है और रिजल्ट, मतलब सिर्फ रिजल्ट चाहिए. तो जो भी रिजल्ट होना है, अगर वो प्रोसेस कैसा है, कितना डीप है, कितना कंटिन्यूअस है, तो इस कंटिन्यूटी जितनी भी है तो इसका जो रिजल्ट होता है वो अलग होता है. ओवरनाइट हम भी सपना देखे रहते हैं ओवरनाइट कुछ तो भी चमत्कार हो जाए, तो ये चीजें. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि टेक्नोलॉजी जैसे कि चलना कैसे है, चलना थोड़ी ना सिखाया जाता, तो चलते अपने आप है, उसका भी एक तरीका होता है. हम उस चीज को बोलते हैं. बात करना कैसा होता है, हम बोलने लगे तो बात करना आ गया, ऐसा नहीं है. तो उसमें संवाद होता है ना, सही ढंग से बात कैसे रखनी है, अप्रोच कैसे होना है. तो इसी तरह से टेक्नोलॉजी के बारे में भी है कि हमने इसका कितना इस्तेमाल करना है और हमने अपने आप को कैसे तैयार करना है, हमने अपने आप को कैसा देखना है. चीज तो हमारे अंदर हाथ में है, मतलब शस्त्र हमारे अंदर है, चाकू है, वो किसी को लूटने के लिए चाकू मारना है या किसी का बीमारी सही करने के लिए ऑपरेशन के लिए इस्तेमाल करना है. मतलब चीज हमारे पास है, उसका इस्तेमाल हमने कैसे करना है ये बताने की स्कूलों की बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है. क्योंकि इसमें तो ये लगता है स्टूडेंट्स को कि वो तो समाज से आगे है, बहुत आगे है, क्योंकि वो लोग टेक्नोलॉजी, मतलब सोशल मीडिया, टेक्नोलॉजी भी नहीं कह सकते उसको, सोशल मीडिया में है. तो जब भी हम टेक्नोलॉजी की बात करें तो स्कूलों में जब भी ये हो कि हमें जो कुछ करना है, हमारा डायरेक्शन, हमारा टारगेट जो भी हो, वो सोसाइटी के बेटरमेंट के लिए हो, तो स्टूडेंट्स उस तरह से सोचना करेगा, क्योंकि उसको सिखाना पड़ेगा. कल्चर हमें इस्टेब्लिश करना पड़ता है, हमें बात कहनी पड़ती है. ये सब कुछ जानते हैं, सब कोई जानता है, ऐसा अगर हम अज्यूम करें तो वैसा नहीं होता है.
So I think I mean, I don't know, I mean, my first is not the students. I go to the professors. Until they don't create an inspiring atmosphere in the class, it's not going to change. Oi kisa beta 10 saal se jo syllabus is, I mean, it has to change. First is, I think one of the biggest is like I'm asking ki boss exams ko nikal.
Yes.
Because the concept of exams, I don't know like how many like grades after a year you go to a job, whether you got, I mean like लड़की घर आती है 96 out of 100, the first thing the parents ask को 4 मार्क कहाँ चले गए, right? या मेरा cousin को 97 मिला है, आपके cousin को 97, your cousin got 97, how come you got 96, right? This whole stupidity of marks, right? Absolutely is the main. I mean class में, I mean that's what I ask. I mean you ask, I mean IT में वही बोलता है कि IT बंद होता तो better होगा country को. Because वही subsidies अगर ITI को चला जाता अपना देश आगे बढ़ जाता. Vocational schools, Germany and America became very good because of vocational schools and not because of MIT, right? So the question to to all of you is day to day.
Allow me to interrupt. ITI is Industrial Training Institutes that was established by the government to train youth in basic things like carpentry, like how to correct some. Sir, वो क्या रहता है?
Carpentry है, welding है,
welding, etc.
All those are, I mean, where Mercedes, if you look at Mercedes company, actually hires only people from vocational schools, right? Not from engineering. So, but the way of teaching has to be program driven. You don't have to go to the villages, go outside. Thela wala dekho. We have not invented or innovated a thela for last 40 years.
Yes.
A person with a cook stove is actually going down the hill and she's trying to prevent the cook stove from falling, and we have not designed a good thela. Outside, let's not even go anywhere else, right? The non-inclusivity of thinking. So, as long as we don't bring in practical-based teaching methodologies, बस मेरे को एक क्लास क्यों जाना है? Mentality is on 90. मेरा था यार. I mean, आप लोग तो सब आए. मैं अगर आता तो मैं नहीं आता. मेरा तो half the time hockey field में चला जाता, right? I mean, in class 5th and 6th, I failed in all the subjects. No. The question is, I got conditional promotion 3 times. The issue है, you tell me, a gold medalist. IIT का gold medalist for last 20 years, and Delhi University का gold medalist है. What have they done? I mean, it's great. You came first in class. But a professor's or a teacher's problem is the guy who's coming last in class to make sure that person first second जो आ रहा हो कोई भी क्लास में first second आता है, टीचर से के कारण वो first second नहीं आ रहा हो.
Yes.
Right? Our teaching methodology has to become inspiring for everybody to come to the class and say, boss, how am I related to the practical problem of today? It has to be part of the curriculum. It cannot be an extra curriculum. हमको आना चाहिए, civics पढ़ाते हैं, right? But smoking is bad. But how many people, lane system in our country, how many people of you who want, why do you wear helmet or seat belt? Not because आप मर जाओगे, because वो पुलिस पकड़ेगा. Right? Fine मिलेगा. Not because you're going to wear. So I think we need to create curriculum which is exciting, which is innovative. Bernoulli's theorem है, या accounting. बस रियल टाइम अकाउंटिंग का स्ट्रीट वेंडर, टोमेटो वेंडर का बैलेंस शीट करके ले आओ. राइट? आपको बर्नालीज थ्योरम है तो कोई जहाज डूब रही है, why did it, which formula actually didn't lead it to, that's where teaching methodology has to change.
Thank you. Vidya, ask this question.
That was really thought-provoking. I believe our audience have something to say on it. So I would like to hear from the audience, what are some concrete methods school and other institutions can use to support students facing these challenges? You can either support your answer with what Sir said, or you can provide your answers as well.
Firstly, what ma'am and sir said is definitely right. A lot of things have to change in today's schools and institutes. But one problem that sir also mentioned was mental health. That's a very important thing. Even today, a few teachers, when we tell them that it's a lot of stress on us. They say, you'll have to manage it. You'll have to do this. Whatever happens, it's on you. They, instead of helping, even though a lot has changed, but there still is better ways to improve. Many institutes do not have mental health program, so that is something that they can include. It will really help others.
That's good. That's good. I also support you on this issue, and I think the institution should organize some workshops, some stress management exercises, and other things to help students who are facing mental health issues. So, anyone else wants to say something? Our student Sonika wants to say something.
सबके विचार जान रहे तो भाई बता ही देती है अपना विचार.